Hi everybody, welcome, welcome, happy Easter. I hope you guys had a really great weekend and a really good day. I know a lot of you are still in quarantine, I guess most of us are, and so it's really fun to be able to chat with you guys tonight and hang out. So let me just double check everything's working, and looks like it is so far. Hi, Colorado, Missouri, everybody's in the house. This is awesome. Now, before I get into tonight's stuff, I'm going to be talking about case discussions and things that I've done a couple months ago and trying to catch you up on everything, catch myself up really. First, before I get started too, I just want to say thank you to the mods who are in here tonight. And if there's anybody that is looks like bots or anything weird like that, just kick them. That's totally fine. And you guys do an awesome job anyways of moderating the chat. And we have awesome people in here anyways, so that's really great. Just keep it classy and away we go. And what else? Oh, I want to thank all of you guys for saying happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. That was yesterday. And something cool that I found out was that I share a birthday with Landon. And I already, which is Gannon's mom, right? I already share a birthday because I'm a twin, and then I found out that Landon's birthday was yesterday too, so I thought that was kind of cool. And so I had a really, really great day. Thank you all for your birthday wishes, and I had to stay in, but we made the best of it, and it was awesome anyways. So that was kind of fun. And also, I had a really cool email. It's about the channel, and basically YouTube sends an email each month giving you an update how how the channel's done. And I thought this was really fun, so I'm just, as people are coming in and I start getting into the cases in a minute, I just want to mention this. We had on It's a Crime 1,237,000 views, 799. And 55,276 comments. So I thought that was really, really neat. And there's all kinds of stuff in there they give you for stats. So I thought that was fun. Sorry. Try not to cough. I was doing pretty good. So that's fun. I thought, we're such a great community and so many people are chatting, and I really appreciate your banter. You guys are a smart bunch. Let me just say that, because some of your ideas and comments and things that are just, you look at things a different way. I just really, really appreciate your ideas and your comments. So that is not gone unnoticed. And I try and read every single one, which is crazy. I just, all day read here and there. Anyways. All right. That being said, I have what else do I have? I have a couple other announcements, but that'll be a little bit later. When am I going to get my own syndicated show? I don't know. Do you know anybody? All right, let's go back a little bit to Peyton Hoston. And I don't know if you guys followed her, but she went missing in December on a Friday night. She left work. She went with some coworkers. Apparently they went to a bar, supposed to listen to music, and then she was never heard from again, and she was found deceased. Now, I went to go find if there's new information, but there's no new information. However, this was in Alabama where she was found, and there's two women that were also found just in these past couple weeks. And it was I'm going to bring one up, okay, because I found this really, really interesting. This woman's name is Tiffany Osborne, and she left on February 27th to go to the store, and she never returned home. And she has 3 children, including a 3-month-old baby. Now, why I'm linking this, I'm not saying it's linked, but why I'm linking this to Peyton was because something very similar struck me. And she was wrapped and put under a mattress. And they found her very similar or in the vicinity kind of thing as where Peyton was. So I just thought, what the heck is going on in this area? And but I do not have very much info for Peyton yet. The guy who did put Peyton in a shallow grave was arrested, and he's released on I think it was $15,000 bond, and he has an ankle bracelet, you know, an anklet or whatever to track him. So I just thought that was really weird. So I don't have a whole lot on her, but I did find Tiffany was interesting that she was found, and it was very similar of wrapping and hiding. That kind of bothered me. Yes, almost at 50,000 people. Subs is wonderful. You guys are so great. I'm very, very, very grateful for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to zip into Holly Clark. Now, Holly Clark I covered in January and a little bit February. And Holly Clark is a 27-year-old Canadian. She's a musician, and she's also an ex-wrestler. She did quite well with gold medals and silver medals. And she went missing on January 11th, and some weird stuff happened around this. She moved from Calgary, Alberta, out to Toronto, and then she moved to Hamilton, Ontario. And she has not been found. And it has been 3 months now. And I don't have a lot of info either for her, but I do have this. The family's actually doing some Q&As on her so that people can really learn more about her. And today I saw a bit about more of who Holly is, and they just really described her as the girl next door, and she loved music. She was working remotely for a company in Calgary doing condo management, and she basically was, she was doing the do, right? She was a musician, she's singing, she's going to open mic nights and all these things. And then all of a sudden, she goes missing. And the night before, she said she was gone all night, and she said 2 men were chasing her through the woods. And then the next day, gone, and they haven't been able to find her. But the weird thing is, Holly she's not hard to notice. Like, she's noticeable. She's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. She's an athlete, and nobody has seen her. And her dad has since gone, he spent a couple months and the family looking for Holly, and he did in March go back with Holly's stuff, her belongings, and her car, and they drove. Now, from Hamilton to Calgary is a 32-hour drive, but they stopped at 106 stops along the way to make sure that Holly is known and people are, learning about Holly and about her when she went missing, and, to keep on the lookout. And they are going to be doing this week another Q&A surrounding more of the details of her going missing. So it's really, really strange about this. Hopefully that they can find her. They did not say, somebody's asking if she has a mental illness. They didn't say much about that, but she was distraught when she left, and she left without her phone, and she always carried her phone. And so it's just really weird. She had been spotted a few times, once for sure, and she had a bag on her back, and it was pouring rain, and she also had a bag. Yes, Stephanie Harlow just did a video on her. Yes, I did the video on Holly back in January, a little bit in February when she was spotted, and she has not been found yet. So hopefully people are still looking for her and on the lookout, because it's just really, really strange just to up and leave. But she was scared the day before, and she did ask her dad, could I have a plane ticket home back to Calgary? So is my camera cooking a little? Better? Okay, good. Yeah, it's a little weird on when you do lives on my mobile, because it frames it weird, like how I don't, sorry. It frames it weird compared to when I do my regular videos. So yeah, so Holly still has not been found. So hopefully soon. Really cool that the family is doing a Q&A and really getting how she, her personality and how she is, and also going to be covering about. I'm not centered. You guys are funny. I'm trying. I'm not. I don't want to be centered tonight. Maybe I'll be framed like that. Anyway. So if anybody does see Holly and they're in the Hamilton area or wherever across Canada, who knows, to make sure that you call the authorities. And you can check out, after this is done, I will have a playlist below, but you can also check out my playlist on my channel, and it'll lead you to Holly. So the next one I want to cover, or just speak a little bit, is Dulce Alavez. And she's been missing since September. I did cover her as well just recently in the last couple weeks, and she's only 5 years old, and she went to get ice cream with her mom, her little brother, and her aunt is actually quite young. She's only 3 years older than Dulce. And after they got ice cream, they went to a park, and her mom parked the car, and Dulce and her little brother Manny went to go play at the park, but her mom stayed in the car and with the little sister, and the kids were playing on their own. All of a sudden, I shouldn't say all of a sudden, maybe a little bit of time went by, and the mom, Noema, she says, well, I can't see them, so she goes out and she finds the little boy, Manny, and he's crying, and his ice cream is on the floor, or on the ground. She says the floor, but it's on the ground. And it turns out that people are saying that Dulce was running behind the buildings and that somebody must have grabbed her. Then there's another report saying, well, somebody flicked her ice cream on the ground, or the little boy's ice cream, and then she went, and then she must have been abducted. Now, this story is super, super crazy. And the reason why I say that is, yeah, no bueno. Yeah, exactly. The strange thing is the story keeps changing in terms of, oh, we're looking for a red van, we're not looking for a red van. And we're looking for this person, and we're not looking for this person. And so it is a little strange. I do want to say I saw her on Dr. Phil. A lot of people are giving her a little bit of a rough go on a few things. And the mom's really young, she's 19, and she made some mistakes, for sure, clearly, but she is a little bit different, but that doesn't mean she did anything. You know what I mean? Something's not right overall, but she did say something on Dr. Phil about a guy wanting to be with her, and because he says, well, like, who could it really be? And she says, well, I don't know. It's this guy wanted to be with her, and she said no. So I just don't know. I'd like to look more into those two, but I really can't see a whole lot of information on this case. There's really not. It's not a case where, as in Gannon, where Tisha spouts her mouth off everywhere. It's so different. And when you see this case, you have a little girl who's missing. I believe her birthday is in a couple weeks. She's going to be 6. And she just vanished. She's gone. So I don't know. So I don't have any information yet, but I really, really... J-Dub says, it's my birthday. Can y'all wish me a happy birthday? Happy birthday. Everybody whose birthday is today, happy birthday. Yeah, I can't remember if her birthday, Dulce's birthdays can be the 23rd or something like that. And there's been some weird letters that's been gone around and saying that, well, I guess it's cryptic. There's the cryptic stuff. It's not saying a whole lot on these things. So I think there was a total of 4 or 5. Again, nothing released. So it's hard to even dig into anything when we really don't know. We just know the story's changing in certain terms from the authorities even, and they're getting different stories. One one article said there was 20 people at the basketball court because there's a basketball court right beside the park. And then another one saying, well, there's only 4 people on the basketball court. So it's just really, really weird. Oh, birthday's not really today. It's in July. Well, that's funny. Anybody whose birthday is today, happy birthday. And yesterday, happy birthday. And tomorrow. All right, we're going to go on to Evelyn Boswell. Now, you've probably heard a few things about the updates. And 2 weeks ago, the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office actually charged Angela, the mom, with aggravated burglary, theft under $10,000, introduction of drugs into a penal facility, and possession of counterfeit money. And she's accused of breaking into her parents' home, stealing TVs, weapons, and other items. And the judge has set bond to $50,000. Now, this is the fun part. As a result, the Sullivan County District's Attorney's Office actually asked to increase the bond on a previous theft charge. And it said, remember the vehicle charge that she basically stole the vehicle? And so they wanted to increase it. So, and it says, Assistant District Attorney Joshua Rose asked the judge to increase Boswell's bond due to her continuing criminal activity. And it said that it was increased to $50,000 in the theft case. She was out on an $8,000 bond at the time, and then it's increased. So good. That's what I say. And no one has been charged yet. Oh, yes, my necklace might be, look, check this out. Somebody said, love your necklace. I think, there, look at that. My mother-in-law got it for me, and father-in-law, but mostly my mother-in-law. Isn't that cool? You know what is cool about this, you guys? It actually has my name stamped in it, like in letters all through it. It's really cool. Yeah, how do people disappear without a trace? You're absolutely right. It's super bizarre. I mean, and it's happening a crazy amount of time. Did I read something about every 40 seconds a kid goes missing or something like that? So weird. It's awful. It shouldn't even happen. And how do you disappear, right? So what else about Evelyn? Now, I want to make a little comment actually about her theft and this crazy thing. Because remember, this first started, she was caught stealing $45 or $40 worth of stuff from Walmart. And she got in trouble for it. And then all this happened. And her dad calls her Angel, not Angela, right? Gives her a place to live for a couple weeks. What does she do? She turns around and steals from him. Oh, yes. Here we go. Let's just see. We're going to take a little pause for a minute. Oh, yes, I will update my sign. I will. Almost there. We're at 50,000 of wonderful, real people. Real people. It's so funny how people are jealous of the fact that this channel is thriving and they need to slam people. So it's all good. All right, so anyway, moving on. Yeah, so Angela goes and she's getting in trouble. Now, she doesn't just go with her boyfriend William to go get in trouble. She goes with some other dude and steals from her own father, right? Just ridiculous. Yeah, hauling off televisions, guns, and tools. And she was found with a bag of suspected methamphetamine and counterfeit $50 bill. But, did you guys hear also about so Megan, who's Evelyn's mom, there's a little Evelyn right there. The lady she was staying with would have been Megan's friend's mom. She was talking about Megan acting super weird and saying, Megan saying, I think I'm going to get arrested. And then they were starting to look at the area where Evelyn was found about, the father's property. And the friend's mom, God, there's so many people. The mom's friend said that Megan actually wet the bed that night that they were trying to find Evelyn. Yes, Angela is Evelyn's grandmother, so it goes Evelyn, and then Evelyn's mom, Megan, and then Megan's mom, Angela. And Angela's super young. I mean, she's 42. I want to say that's young. Evelyn Boswell. Heather, if you go to my channel and you go and click on, I do have the playlist, so you can see that there. Marg Courier Services, child abuse must stop. Thanks for what you do. Thank you so much for the super chat. Now, I want to talk about that because April, I looked it up, and April is National Child Abuse Month. So I would like to cover a couple things, if I can, this month. Sometimes it makes it a little bit hard to cover so many topics because, I do the deep dives, and I find 3 or more than 3 cases gets a little bit hard. Yes, happy Easter to everyone who's coming in. There's 1,200 people in here. Welcome, welcome. Not very late. I started about 20 minutes ago, so. I did say Banshee. She said Banshee once. I did. And knickers in a knot. Savannah Black. Oh, I'll check my email. Thank you. I'll check my email. It's been a lot, so I'm trying to catch up. I am. Am I doing something special to celebrate 50K? I don't know. If you guys have some ideas, great. Yeah, so when I read this today that it was National Child Abuse Month, I thought, okay, well, I need to cover a few things here, right? So I'll do my best to see what I can do. My favorite is Busy Beaver. Yeah. Letitia's a busy little beaver. It's the nice way. Okay, so speaking of Letitia, here we go. Thank you, Mark, or Marge. Yes, you are finally catching me live. Okay, so let's get back to Letitia now. Well, we're going to talk about Gannon because we love Gannon, but we'll have to talk about Letitia. And if a side note, if you're just joining me, I just found out that Landon, Gannon's mom, shares a birthday with me yesterday. So that was really, really cool to find out. I didn't know that until yesterday. I don't know how I didn't know that, but I didn't. So Letitia's supposed to have, or was supposed to have, a hearing on April 30th. And then it got moved between June 5th to 8th. But then here's the weird thing. Today, well, I should say a couple days ago, maybe it was a couple days ago, it said that it was wiped out from the docket on the Colorado website. And then today again, I saw April 30th. So I'm wondering if she did get it. But it says here what I found. It says here, during the June hearing, Judge Werner will make a decision whether the evidence against Stauch is sufficient enough to presume a likely conviction against her on murder and related charges. If the judge agrees there is enough evidence, Stauch will remain behind bars without bond while awaiting trial. And it says if the judge decides that the prosecution did not provide enough evidence, did not provide enough for evidence for presumed guilt, Stauch could become eligible for bond, which is not good. Did you catch the Crime Beat episode on Little Angel Haley Dunbar Blanchett? No, I didn't. Thank you for letting me know that. And hi, Mark. So But I'm not too worried about that. I think there's going to be a lot of evidence. So April, yes, April was supposed to be April 30th. And then there's also a divorce hearing on the 30th as well, I believe. Or is that the 14th? Let me look. Okay. Oh, see there now it's, okay, no, April 30th is the divorce hearing. April 30th, sorry, my bad. April 30th is the divorce hearing. June 5th is the preliminary hearing. And June 8th, it says preliminary hearing for Letitia Stauch. Now here's the other little info snack. Be prepared, because your eyes are going to roll back to the opposite side of your head. Stauch told Crime Online on Wednesday that she maintains her innocence. Although she declined to discuss the details of the case, she said she is currently working with an attorney for her defense. Here's what she said, and here's a quote unquote. It's 90% speculation, Letitia said, referring to the affidavit. Can you believe that? Yep. Roll the eyes back, you guys, all the way back. It's 90% speculation, she says. That's for her. And here's what I bet. I bet that she actually believes she should get an apology to this day. I'm willing to bet. Thank you, Tanya, for the happy birthday. Super chat. Thank you so much. Right? Super delusional. 90% speculation. Girlfriend, you're the one who said have the stuff, so. And have you guys seen, like, I know most of you, probably a lot of you, maybe not most of you, but a lot of you have seen my series on the affidavit, right? So I'm on part 4. I still haven't covered the part 5, which would be Eduardo. And I laugh because it's ridiculous. And I'll do that. She's super guilty. I mean, come on. I gave her the benefit of the doubt the very first day. But after that, I mean, it's 100% BS. That's right. So, I know, okay, I have a good story. Let's just time out and give a story for a minute. It's on this topic. I was watching a movie with one of my children, and we were watching Puss in Boots. And you know I can't even do this with a straight face. You know the Humpty Dumpty dude in it, if you've seen this video or movie? I saw him and I started thinking to myself, that's Eduardo. There he is. There's Eduardo. It's just ridiculous. So I will do that. I have been holding off to do that one until I did these other ones. And I will do a part 5 on Eduardo and how, well, I won't tell you what I'm going to put in it, but I will address the fact in the affidavit, which is the facts on the affidavit, how she said she was being sexually assaulted and Lena came to the door and she just stopped because she was allowed to go upstairs and go to the door and tell Lena to go ride her bike, not to call 911, but to go ride her bike, and then she went back for more. That's not assaulted, honey, if you're going back for more and you're, you know? No, you didn't go do 911. You just, you know what? I got time. I'm just going to go back downstairs. I need a drink. This is ridiculous. It's just tea, though. And then she says, well, then it turns into a different guy. He's not Hispanic anymore. It turns into an African-American man. And she sees his name because his what do you call it? His business card fell out of his pocket. Now, Eduardo, Eduardo, this is how it started. Okay? She doesn't tell this to the cops in a couple minutes, like in the first Monday. She tells it to the cops a couple days later. Melly Doe, that's funny. Thank you. She tells the cops later, but she says, this is what happened. It's just, guys, this, okay, I got it. Wait, let me check my notes. Yeah, this is what happened. This is what happened. She tells them that there was the burn in the carpet, and she had to figure out how to fix the carpet. So she drove around the neighborhood, right? And she decided to stop because there's a construction worker, and she asks him about the carpet, like to fix it. And she says, yeah, he says he's going to fix it. So what does she do? Okay, she doesn't make an appointment, right? She doesn't make an appointment. She says, here's my code to my garage. Help yourself in. Right? Okay. Right? Thank you, Kristen. I love your videos. Happy belated. Thank you so much. Right? So she's going to give him the code to the car. Okay, but that was on the 26th that happened. Right? But then Monday, when Gannon went missing, now all of a sudden he's in her basement. This Eduardo is in the basement. And he attacks her. Right? But then I guess, like, you know what? You go upstairs and answer the door. Okay, I'm going to go upstairs and answer the door. I'm going to tell my stepdaughter to go ride her bike instead of, hey, go call 911, okay, because there's somebody in the house. No, instead, you know what, Lena? Just go out and ride your bike. I'm going back for more. Could you imagine the cops sitting there listening to her BS, which, by the way, she brought in? She took her notebook with her. She brought in notes, and she said, okay, guys, can I just read my notes? I just need to read my notes, guys. And they're looking at her like, you want to what? Christina, just flick the chat if you want to slow it. Just bring it down a little bit so it's not going so fast. I know you're gonna have to scroll, but it doesn't work on mobile. So do you see how ridiculous this is? Like, I'm just gonna, hey, okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna take some notes. Now, maybe I might have a few things if I was remembering to go to, you know, the cops going, okay, yeah, I remember he was wearing this. I made it sure to write down, whatever. But she's bringing a full-on, like, notebook. Then, we're not done. Then this Eduardo, yeah, okay. Can you imagine the cops are like, okay. How do you spell Eduardo? And she's like, E-G... E-G. First off, Eduardo. Okay. That's the first thing. Then she decides to say, no, guys. It's not Eduardo. I forgot. Hold on a minute. I'm going to look up who's the most wanted in Colorado. Hold up. Yeah, Quincy. That's the guy. Quincy. It's not Eduardo. It is Quincy. Quincy Brown. That's him. Oh, and the business card fell on him. And I saw his business card on the ground while all this was happening. And I just took a look to see what his name was. That's it. Like, legit, what are you even going on about? Then she's on the phone to Al, okay? So let's fast forward a couple weeks. She's on the phone to Al. And Al's, you know, it's recorded, right? She gives Al 4 different stories. 4 different stories. One of them is, wait a minute, I forgot to tell you, wait a minute. I was in Douglas County driving, and this Quincy guy was in the car. It was driven by a guy named Terrence, you see, and he just laid down on the road in front of me. And so I got out of the car, and then he takes me and he brings me home. Like, you can't even make it up. This is so ridiculous, right? What do you, sorry, yeah, oh, now he's not, okay, he's not Hispanic and his name's not Eduardo anymore. Where'd you get Eduardo from then? So you didn't see him on the construction site, or you did? What is it? Thank you, Star. Like, I've rolled my eyes so far back, you guys. I can memorize like what's back behind here. It's so ridiculous. And so when I read this whole story, I look at him like, how am I going to even do a video right now on it? Because this just no. Now, can you imagine? All this is going on, right? Can you imagine the affidavit gets all typed up, and the defense gets this affidavit, this 32-page affidavit, and they get to the section about Quincy and Eduardo, and they look at this, and they just go like, oh, right? What? Hang on, guys. Check this out. I don't know which one to follow. Is it Quincy? Is it Quincy or is it Eduardo? Who is it? Who is it? Like, I'm so blown away, okay, at how stupid this actually is. It is heartbreaking everywhere else. But this one section, I don't even know how to do it in a video yet. I will be breaking it down. And I will show you some interesting things along the way. But come on. Thank you, Jamie. Like, but you know what? You know what the good thing is? Michael Allen is probably looking at this. And he's like, keep going, girl. Keep going. Thank you, Proverb 1533. I know, it's just so stupid. Like, what does she expect? She was better off. She was better off just to keep it to Eduardo. Or, one person, not a party in her head with all these other people. It's ridiculous. Or keep up with the fact that he was leaving, like, whatever. Welcome if you're just joining me. I'm going off on a little sarcastic rant because it's ridiculous about Letitia. I don't want to say her last name. Letitia, and how she decides to bring other people, imaginary friends in it. Can you imagine? What else do I have? Oh, let me just say this before I get back into my sarcastic things about her. I did make an error on King Soopers in my last video because I talked about it being closed at 8, but a lot of people who live there said, no, Linda, it was actually open later until midnight or 10 p.m. They said later, these were COVID hours. So I totally made a boo-boo, and thank you so much for fixing that, because I looked up and forgot about COVID, even though I've been hibernating for 19 days home, but I did make a mistake on that. Now, speaking of mistakes, I will do a video on the rental when I find out more information. I don't know that yet, so I can't really speak a whole lot to it. The divorce is still happening April 30th at 10:20 a.m. And that will be, yeah, it's still going. April 30th, 10:20 a.m. So that's good. The ambulance ride. Oh, you guys. Oh, I can't wait for that. I wish it was videoed, but it was just audioed. Because I talked to my hubby and we were talking about that. And we were talking about the ambulance ride. And can you imagine? Because let's just back up a little bit. She's at the police station, and I'm sure this is when she was talking about Eduardo. And she decides to talk about, oh no, they're wanting DNA from her, right? And she decides to stuff Kleenex down her pants. And so that she couldn't get any DNA, she's using, I don't know, maybe she's crying over Eduardo, I don't know. And she stuffs it down her pants. And then she starts saying she can't breathe and she's having a panic attack. So they're like, okay, we'll call the ambulance, and they come and take her to the hospital. And along the way, I loved this in the affidavit because it was like somehow she had a miraculous recovery and was okay once she got there. Now, when she was in the ambulance, I guess she was unresponsive, and I talked to my husband, and we were talking about it because I was like, oh, you got to hear this, right? And I tell him about, how this miraculous recovery and like, oh, like she is not responsive. And my husband said, you'd be surprised at how many people fake this in the ambulance. And of course they're going to know, right? They're going to know they're faking it because they see this all the time. Yeah, she is like her own circus. Absolutely. Where is the notebook? They said they weren't able to get the notes, but she came in to the police station 2 hours late with a notebook or notes, several notes. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now, yeah, okay. Fake Wardo. Hi, Christopher. Yeah, so Shelby says, my husband is an investigator and he said this woman is ridiculous. That's the same word I use. Same word. How else do you describe her? It's like you can't even make this stuff up. No, she didn't say she was having a heart attack. She said she was having a panic attack. Yes, sternum rub would prove that she was conscious, exactly. And for those of you who don't know, my hubby is a paramedic, so that's how we have a little conversation about it. She said she couldn't breathe. She couldn't breathe. She was having a panic attack, and so they called the ambulance. Now, something was interesting. Do you remember in her interview, she was saying about her rights being violated. She wasn't able to eat and wasn't able to drink. And hang on one sec here. And hang on one second. Please hold. Maybe we're okay. Now, what was I saying to you guys? Wow, I remember. Look at that, I forgot. Oh, able to eat and drink. Yes, thank you. And in the affidavit, it says, like, officers or investigators offered both food and water. I don't know, it's the little things. It's the little things. The tissues come in, it just said in the affidavit that they were looking to get a warrant for her DNA, and then she started stuffing tissues down her pants. I can't wait for the discovery in that aspect. Okay. She needs to be put in a kennel. I'm telling you, this girl is something else. And to her, and for her to say like 90% speculation, I mean, come on, she even said how many stories to her husband even. And I mean, at least if you're going to do a story, get it straight the first time. No, I didn't. Did you hear about Court TV? We may get our footage of the trial. That'd be amazing. Renee says, new sub, thank you for all you do. Welcome aboard. Oh yeah, they do. Now, I really, really want to look at the body cam of when she first reported him missing, because I think that'll be super interesting. Okay, we'll talk about a little bit more about that, and then we'll go on to the next one. I don't, if she used, maybe she used the tissues, and then so she thought, oh shoot, something's on there, and like stuck them down her pants. I don't know. I do want to see her demeanor on that, and I want to see the interview. I really want to see the interview tapes, and the ambulance one will be very interesting. Yeah, she'll give us the trial updates through Crime Online, wouldn't she, though? Now, that's the thing. Let's go back to the rental just for a second, because when I did the rental video, I was going off of the receipt from budget on Crime Online, but Letitia gave Crime Online the receipt. So did she doctor it? Is it just a generic? Did she take it somewhere from online? Like, what is it? I want to see the body language big time, because that's going to be something. I mean, remember when she first did her very first interview on camera, she's like this, right? She's turned around. She has severely bumped her head, Cheryl. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did do an autopsy on Gannon, and there's a gag order. We don't know what's going on yet. Why was she turned around? Well, I think she learned a little from the CW case, and I think she thought, okay, if I don't look the other way, people aren't going to recognize me, especially when I take a little traipsy to Florida. Sugar and Spices, happy birthday. Keep up the amazing work. You do make a huge difference. If you need anything or help, I would love to help. Thank you so much. I certainly try. I don't know when the discovery is going to be. Oh, well, I guess we got to see what's coming up. There's something crazy like 107 warrants on this thing, and like I can't remember if they said tons of pages on the discovery so far. Yeah, see, the way Letitia operates, in my opinion, is she got away with so much stuff before all this in a small scale that she thought she could easily get away with it in this scale. She's not going to admit that she's guilty. Exactly, Marie, exactly. She'll never admit it. She doesn't have, I mean, think of it. The little things that she's already given. You know, people saying, well, okay, Gannon left that day. You know, what friends are with? I don't know. Go ask Albert. He's the one who has the numbers. He's the one who deals with that. Good night, Julie. Thank you, Mel. I can't help it. You have me laughing so hard with your description of Letitia and Eduardo. Yeah, like, I don't know. It's just so ridiculous, right? Thank you, Darzan. I would love to see this side of what she's gonna, like, what the defense is gonna say. It's gonna be hard, man. I will go through some other stuff and put them in videos as well of what I'm starting to see now that I'm putting it together. Because as you can see in each video that I do, I put timelines together and I extract, right? And especially in the Gannon video, my last one, and I really started to see Gannon on the Saturday, his timeline, Gannon on the Sunday, his timeline, and then the Monday, and it starts to come together, right? And we start to really go, wait a minute. Thank you, Meg. Love this. Each detail makes T look so clueless. It's true, though. And back to ask, what is Crime Online? Crime Online is a website that's Nancy Grace's website, and there's a bunch of different articles. But Letitia was doing quite a few interviews with Lee Egan, and she was on there. Thank you, Margie. Are the dogs able to be tracked by the motion sensors in the house? Somewhere she mentioned putting the dogs outside or bringing them in. Well, in like in ours, we have pets and they don't show up in the motion detector. Otherwise, they would it would be going off all the time. And I did go on ADT because I do not have that. I have Vivint. And I went on ADT and it showed that it accounts or calibrates for dogs up to 90 pounds, I think it was, or 80 pounds. Thank you, Dark Horse. The only thing in that ADT that is peculiar, and I said, I showed you guys, I walked you through it. There's one part in it that is really peculiar, that the garage door opened and it didn't show living room movement, and then it showed basement movement. But I'm wondering if it was something that fell down or if Gannon was actually there, right? Because I teeter on these things, whether he was there or not, because a lot of it makes sense that he was there, and then a lot of it makes sense that she did something earlier in that day. I think the marriage was over. Why else would she search for two? Yes, okay. So right before, she searches for apartments. She searches for places like Los Angeles, Pensacola Beach. She's and a couple other places, and she's getting even a moving quote. Oh, Mr. Linda's in the house. Literally. So I can do a few, like, what do you guys want to know the most now that I haven't covered? What would you like me to cover in the Gannon case? I still have more to go in the affidavit still. I just talked about that, about the dogs setting the movements. They do calibrate it for pets. Do I sell makeup? No, I don't sell makeup. Yeah, Gannon getting to Florida. I did do a video before that, only based on some of my thoughts. But we are going to find out soon, I'm sure, what the deal is in that. Thanks, Corinne. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, thank you. It says, I'm confused. Did she actually cut out part of the carpet or not? Well, in the affidavit, it talks about them finding the piece of carpet in the roll of a carpet in the utility room. I believe it was the utility room. Do you have a timeline and a video of what you suggest in your reading of the affidavit? Yeah, I break it down into separate timelines. So for example, I did all on just the cars, and I did one on just Gannon's timeline. And then I did one on the cleanup that Letitia did, just on her cleanup and that timeline. Just gonna take another little drink, guys. Doing good today, no coughing. Or limited. Sorry if you heard me swallow. I know it's annoying. How do I get a hold of you if you have info? Do you have an email? Yeah, my email is it's a crime and a shame at gmail.com. One of the mods, if you guys could put that in there, would be awesome. And I do have a playlist. So if you go on my channel and you go to playlists, I do have a Gannon Stauch playlist. And I think there's 32 videos now that I've done. Something crazy like that. I can't even believe it myself that it's been that many. Is it possible to find if T searched CW's interview and polygraph on any of her internet searches? I'm sure. They only did just a little bit in the affidavit, right? Can you imagine what the whole scope looks like? Bonnie, re-email me because it's been crazy. Like one day I got just a slew of stuff. I'm so behind. I don't know about the moving van yet. I'm hoping to get more information, just like the other rental. The unfortunate part in the affidavit, it said there was no GPS on that first rental on the Kia Rio. Cover Harley, please. Yeah, we'll have to look at that too. It is surprising about that he came home. I know a lot of us are shocked, and it very well could be that he did. They said likely. They didn't use the other, like they didn't say for sure, because they actually even said, like, we likely believe, or we believe that Gannon likely came home, and it even addressed that we didn't see him on camera, but we agree that he likely came home. Good one, Karina. I'm going to write that down. I have that written down already. Yeah, it's not unusual to have a roll of excess carpet. That's right, on a new build for sure. But there was that piece cut out, right? And they found it in that carpet roll. The gate key's bugging me, guys. What do you guys think about that gate? Why is she bringing it up? I'm like getting there. I'm getting there. I want to hear what you guys think. Yeah, Albanian Anissa says, I believe Gannon was there. I did countless hours of research on breaking that video down, and I believed he returned with her. Interesting. I'd love to hear your like theory on that too, like why more you think now more than ever. Okay, you want to do a group? Okay, let's do that. Let's see. Let me reach. You guys are so funny because it's like, this is wrong. You got to fix it. Let's fix it. Yeah, there isn't a door to the basement. Yeah, I'll do another driveway video, you guys, for sure. I'll do another driveway video. It's going to be a busy week. Okay, look it. Is that better? Dun, 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 dun. Maybe at 50K we bring Mr. Linda on. Uh-oh. Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to do a few on that. The driveway, the Eduardo one. Did a neighbor make her call 911 before she was ready? I don't know. Yeah, just so you know, the people who are just coming in and talk about Mr. Linda, he does not hate that word. People in here, the viewers and the subscribers called him Mr. Linda. He found it so funny. We always talk about, you know, Mr. Linda, and he wants a mug that says Mr. Linda on it. And we were laughing. We thought, well, before we posted about his birthday, because his birthday was last week, we said, you know, you should go on camera with just the mug and up to here, and kind of like Tim the Toolman Taylor, you know, from years ago, and the neighbor, and you can't really see him, and you just see like from here to here, and he's in there talking. Are you guys ready to talk about Lori Vallow yet? Because we could do that next. You guys want, can I get a t-shirt and hat? Merch is coming. I have a super secret. I got a really cool thing designed. That's all I'm going to say. It's really cool. And I think you'll like it. Okay, you guys are ready for okay, ready? Okay, here we go. Lori Vallow. This is fun. Oh, any updates on Megan Fieramusca? No, I looked up that. I can't find anything. I was looking it up and it just still is from like early March. Now, Lori has an upcoming hearing on April 17th. And for a request to reduce her bond yet again. And when she was arrested, she was first arrested in Hawaii, right? And she had a $5 million bond. And then she was extradited to Idaho, and they lowered it to $1 million, right? So now they're trying to lower it again. This is what's interesting. 2 of Lori's defense attorneys quit, and her remaining attorney, Mark Means, sought the removal of Judge Farron Eddins, who agreed to step down from the case with no reason given for the change. And she's actually called a $1 million risk, according to one of the owners of a bonds company in Rexburg. So so they're trying to get it lowered again, right? Ridiculous. Probably because she wants to come out because she thinks she's a god and, you know, she has work to do. It says here also, in an April 2nd court filing, Means sought to lower Vallow's bond further and argued that with his client in jail, it's difficult for him to have private conversations or consultations with her. And I was actually looking at Scott Reich's video about this, and he's like, yeah, it's called adapt and make a phone call. It's awesome. And what else do I have for their little info snacks about it? Let me see. Oh, in response to Madison County prosecuting attorney Rob Wood wrote on April 7th that it's an abuse of court rules for Vallow to have the previous judge removed and then seek another bond reduction from a different judge so soon thereafter. Thank you, Stephanie. And here's even better, okay? So that's the court stuff's out of the way. Well, kind of. Chad and Lori are getting into some really hot water now. They're both being investigated for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder. And that makes me think right away of the leaked email. Remember, if you didn't see it, go check it in, I have it in the playlist. I just did it not very long ago, last week. And they had that email that I thought, well, wait a minute, it could be two things. It could be just Lori writing, pretending to be Charles, and wanting Tammy to read it and so that they can get together and have their affair, or it was in code. And now I wonder if this actually was in code, or, you know, like that's part of a bigger picture of what the authorities have, because now they're both being investigated for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder. Thank you, Voices Behind the Wall. Happy birthday. Wanted to swing through to show support. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mother Pearl. Thank you. So yeah, I know some of you, and thank you, Mary D. I know some of you guys have heard this already, but I wanted to bring it up because I haven't done a video on it. So we're catching all up together, but they're being investigated. And it says, well, I did see a letter today by East Idaho News, and we love Nate, right? We love Nate. And it said that the state's Office of the Attorney General is taking over an investigation into conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder, according to a letter obtained by the East Idaho News. And so it's only a matter of time. Can you imagine Chad? He's gonna have to do a couple underwear changes pretty quick. And the problem is the kids are still freaking missing. Where are the kids? Now, I did see today, Tammy, remember she got exhumed. She actually has a new headstone on her grave, and it was really cute. She had, like, her favorite pet was a duck, favorite pet duck, and it had 5 little ducks behind, and those are all signifying her 5 children. And I thought that was super cute. And they had, she has carnations that were her favorite flowers on there. So I haven't heard anything yet about about her autopsy reports. And Thank you, Skillmaker. And I haven't heard of it yet, so I'm hoping soon, you guys. It should be soon. Miss Sarah C says, Happy Easter, Linda, from Louisville, Kentucky, from one of your top fans. I just noticed you're on. Ah, nice to see you. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get, we all are hoping to get the news soon from what happened with Tammy, but something's going down, right? They're starting to put all the stuff together, and they're starting to see that, guess who's not looking so innocent? Now, hopefully, once they get this all sorted out and they get Lori and Chad all sorted, hopefully that leads them to where the children are. Because when you think about it, I think this is one big, what's the word? Hissy fit. It's a hissy fit by Lori. It's an extreme hissy fit, but it's a hissy fit. Because I think what she's doing is Charles dies, she doesn't get the money, she's angry, Kay gets the money, and she thinks, you know what, Kay? Guess what I'm going to do? Take the children away. She's going to get her where it counts. And I think that's what she did. I think she did something with the children, to the children, something to the children. And she did one giant hissy fit. And then she decides to, because she thinks she's smart, she's smart in some ways. Like, don't get me wrong, she's really manipulative. She can do some pretty crazy things. But she is, she smirks through the whole thing, right? Like, right? And I think she just wanted to stick it to Kay and didn't care how she did it. And that's how she's doing it. And Chad is so not innocent. And if you didn't see my video, go see it, because I talked to Chad and I even address him and I even ask him if he'd like a cupcake. And he has to be sweating. He has to be sweating at this point, because I think they thought it was the perfect plan, and now it's all coming unglued. And Chad's not bailing her out, but I think he's in trouble pretty quick. Thank you, Bananas Ban. Lori is getting her new batch of Kool-Aid lipstick ready as we speak. I think she is too. Oh, look at Mr. Linda go. Yes, it's just it's really so crazy about all this. And if you didn't catch my last video on Chad and Lori's email, like I said, I did 2 versions, right? And the second version, it actually worked out to being her basically saying to Chad, come here, I have a really good idea. Help me execute my plan. Thank you, Meg. I like these little stickers that just he's working out. Look at that. Right? So it actually worked out. That cupcake killed me. Did you like that? I'm like, I said, ooh, Chad, it's not going good, or whatever I said. It's like, would you like a cupcake? And the cupcake says, where's the kids? Because that's the thing. The only one thing that really bothers me about people saying Chad said that the kids are safe. No, he didn't. He didn't specify JJ and Tylee. He just kind of said the kids are safe. He could be talking about his and thinking, well, I'm not lying. My kids are safe, right? I believe the LDS is hiding the kids at a shun house. See, I keep saying that I feel like they were hidden. And I feel like the reason why I say that is because she smirks so much, like she knows the answer and you guys don't. That kind of thing. I did see I got a link, and I was watching Lori at the police station on a body cam, but I had halfway through, I had to pause it because it was like everybody's talking at once and I have to redo it. I have to rewatch it. It was about her purse being stolen by Charles. Yeah, Chad got $430,000. Wait till they find out what's going to happen. Her nieces has been told investigators a lot about what Chad and Lori believe about spirits leaving bodies and taken over by their demonic spirits. It's really weird. I'll try to find where I saw about the niece. Yeah, she was talking about, well, Lori was talking first about Charles being Ned Schneider and that Charles left his body and Ned Schneider took over. And then she started talking about, well, Melanie's husband brought out about the zombie thing, right? It's pretty crazy. Good night, Beth Ann. Thank you for coming in. So, I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen on July 22nd or 23rd after the second coming, what she's going to think. But things must be getting hot because now the pressure's on, right? She's in jail. Chad's probably spending time with family, right? Thank you, Meredith. And now all of a sudden it's coming out like, guess what? They're being investigated now for conspiracy, attempted murder, and murder. So crap's starting to get real. And I'm guaranteed Chad's probably like, ooh, shoot, I gotta save some money for bail. What am I gonna do? I don't think she's gonna get reduced bail. I don't think so. Yeah, and Lori is, well, it's LDS, but it's like a right wing or left wing, whatever it is. Cody Taylor, there isn't any updates. No, not yet. That's for Face Sweat Lick. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, you know, when you first see Chad, everybody's like, wow, poor Chad. He's got the bum deal. His fifth husband. Then when you start seeing Chad's little isms and his patterns, it's like, oh, you are not innocent. Stephanie, first time live and I'm impressed. Thanks. Thank you so much and thanks for coming in. We have 1,300 people joining us right now. And welcome. Hi from Norway. You do a great job. Love your channel. Says a lot about Lori as a mom. If you think your kids are zombies, she will never have her bail reduced. Yes. Thank you, Darzan. It's starting to get a little wonky, isn't it? What did she call her son? I don't know what you mean. No charges for baby Evelyn yet. How funny would it be if the judge bumped it back to $5 million? Yeah, like, yeah, you pushing your luck? How about I go the other way? I can't even help Deb about the snarky comments because you get to a certain point and it's like, come on. Now, last I heard about the marriage for Lori and Chad was they're possibly not even married, but I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe she didn't submit the things. Did Letitia search for Florida jobs before or after Gannon was reported missing? Just wondering if she tried to use that as an alibi. It was before Gannon was missing that weekend she was looking for jobs. She was looking for places to live, 2 bedrooms. She was also doing a moving calculator. Oh, thank you. You love my new, thank you so much. I got this from my mother-in-law. My in-laws bought it for me for my birthday yesterday. It's cool. It actually has my, you can't see it, but it has my name, like it says Linda, but it has it like stamped with the letters. It's really cool. Really cool. No, the Google Hangout thingy? No, I didn't get that. Yeah, you guys are going to get lots of info snacks going. Oh, guess what? Oh, welcome aboard. Neon Butterfly says, hello, I just subscribed and I hope you hit 50K. Welcome, and welcome to this awesome, awesome community. You guys are great. I love hanging out with you guys. How old the youngest daughter, Lena? Lena's 8. And I do want to say I'm going to be doing a new case this week. I shouldn't say new, it's new to my channel. Stephanie says, how do I share you out, Linda, with my friends? If you wanted to share this video, there should be right below the video to share it out. Or you can just send them to youtube.com/itsacrime. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a new case this week and hopefully bringing some more new ones on. Now that these ones are a little bit more manageable and not so much of a deep dive. I mean, some of them still is, but. Cheryl says they need to put a snitch in there with Lori. Yeah, Harley's YouTube videos are gone. I did notice that. Unfortunately for Lori, this week's Jello was lime. Green lipstick to to zombies have. How did she, okay, you guys, serious question. How did she get pink? How did she get pink handcuffs? How? It looks, her handcuffs look pink, right? Oh, I'm doing a video on the Delphi case. Are you guys familiar with that? I'm sure you are. Oh, father in Tucson, Arizona killed 10-year-old son and himself. What is going on? What is going on? Eduardo gave them to her. Prayers for knowledge and clarity. Thank you, Tina. They're pink. I looked at. Stacy says I live 40 minutes from Delphi. Amazing, amazing story in a sense that just like, what? And yeah. Oh, I was just thinking about the Delphi case today, hoping you'll cover it. Yes, I've been spending a few days actually researching. So it's coming this week. I'd love for it to be done this week. Snowy Flake says, you're so beautiful and amazing. Thanks for everything you do to raise awareness and spread information about all these cases. Thank you so much. I really do my best. I was hoping that, I hope that I can get out more, right? But sometimes when you take something and you start to see little patterns and things that need to be broken apart, you break them apart and you're going, oh my gosh, there's this and this and this. So it turns into 32 videos later, right? Interlocution says, I can't stick around. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming by. Yeah, Delphi is very interesting. There, 2 girls that were murdered, and the one girl had the guy on video, and she had the wherewithal. She had it in her to like, okay, at least get him. Jason says, leave it to Linda, always lit. Hello to all of the It's a Crime fam. Jason, you're awesome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Really? Some female officers carry pink handcuffs. My friend Jennifer is an officer. She has pink cuffs. I never knew that. That's very interesting because I thought, well, how's she getting that? Oh, you know what, country cowgirl? I'm going to give you a shout out like no other. You can get lost. I've had enough of your crap. So can you please block her? I can't deal with her anymore. I don't want low-vibing, disgusting people here anymore. Bye. Or as we say, bye-bye. Moving on. I've got notifications on now for the Delphi. Yes, I will be bringing that to you, absolutely. Tabitha's been here since 500. That's awesome. The original. Where did Lori get that bright peach lipstick? Probably from the Jello of the week. Look into the area they have a pan for gold. That's interesting. Are you talking about for Delphi? I remember Dr. Phil showing the phone video and voice, and on TV news, the investigators played voice, showed video from the phone. That man is still out there. Yes. I've already started noticing patterns. A little bit. Night, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Magazine makeup for jail. Yeah, that's a true thing. Thank you, Corey. Keaton Boggs. I've tried to find information on it. Oh, yeah, I've seen some of that. A couple of you guys have messaged me. I wish I could do so much more. I need more time. I'm thinking maybe I need to get some help with putting information together, but I love the research myself because I can see certain things. It's hard to relay to somebody who's looking for the info, but maybe I might get somebody to help me, and then that way I can just figure that out. Yeah, Heidi makes a great point. There's no way I would sit in jails just to hide my kids. Jail sucks. You'd think that you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to tell you. Two little girls were, please don't call it Delphi. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because they call it that. Their names are Abigail and Liberty, and Abigail is her nickname, I guess, is they call her Abby, and Liberty is Libby. And they died in Delphi, Indiana. It's a small, tiny, tiny town. I didn't mean any disrespect by calling it the Delphi case. I just call it that, just explain it. Otherwise, I'll go off on a tangent and start talking about the whole thing. I would like to see Chad in pink handcuffs. So did I. Thank you, Bella. Yeah, the research is a lot. It really, really takes a lot. Yeah, thank you to the mods who are being awesome. They're always awesome. Always. Really great. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you for everybody for your support. I just noticed your pics of the kids. That's Gannon right there that you know, and Evelyn. And these are JJ and Tylee. And I have Heidi Broussard there, and Faye Sweatlick is Faye's down there. So I covered that. I cover the cases, and then I will switch them out. Oh, Star Love says, how was your birthday? It was really great. Thank you. Yeah, I spend time with my family, and we kept it chill. Obviously, I have had to stay here inside. Yes, thank you, Melly. I will. I'm getting there. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, it's touch and go. Some days I'm really good, and then some days I don't feel good at all. So hopefully soon. Day 19 is staying in the house. I'm ready to just... Good for you for standing for your channel, keeping it clean for all of us. Thank you, B Weaver RN09. Thank you. Yeah, we got to stand up for ourselves, right? Oh, I've had this crazy cough. No fever, just cough. No, you know what? I didn't have a cake. I just had chocolate. And just for you guys who are curious what the heck's going on in the chat with somebody being kicked, it was because there's a lot more going on than what you guys know. And there's a lot of comments that you know. And I just had to address it. And I've had enough of harassment. And I've had enough of other creators harassing and copyright infringement and, you know, attacking other creators. I've had enough. And I don't think it's right. Could you imagine the work we all could do if we did together and what we could help figure out? I mean, come on. It's amazing, right? We could actually help each other. So I've had enough. And just so you know, if you guys hear anything, because you might hear a few things, let's just lay it down. Some people and some creators are accusing me of buying subscribers. But let me tell you something, okay? We did the math. And with how many views I get, it's only climbing. It would cost me and my husband almost $20,000 a month to buy subscribers and viewers, okay? $20,000 a month. Use your brain. Math is math. So this is why I'm standing up, because here's the thing. If a creator can go after another creator and promote harassment and promote evil and promote hate, then what do you think the little followers are going to do, right? It's not acceptable. This world has enough hate. This world has enough killing. This world has enough people against people, against people, against color, against race, against this and against that. No. Send out love and you'll get love. If you're sending out hate, don't complain when you're getting hate back. Right? Why is this community so awesome? I don't have to buy a single subscriber. You know why? because I do the work, my heart's in the right place, I research the crap out of this, and I have people like you that make this what it is. How can I buy 55,000 comments in a month? Tell me. Where would I find $20,000 a month to pump it out? Use your brain. Use your brain. And that's all I'll say. So I will send as much love into the world as possible because the world needs it. We don't need hate. If I had any of you going to tell anybody hate, no, just give love, be grateful and give love. That's it. And I don't put up with stuff. I just don't. I used to when I was younger. You get to a certain point, especially at certain birthdays, and you start thinking, you know what? If you do that to me, you're going to do that to others, and that's not acceptable. And this is why I'm here, right? Because I'm fighting for the little guy, meaning people like Gannon who doesn't have a voice. And I have this beautiful platform and beautiful people like you to spread the message that there's a little boy missing. There is somebody missing. There is somebody killed, and this is not right, right? Thank you, Adrian. And so if people like my content and they share it, then they share it. And the whole point is to get the message out there. That's the goal, is to get the message out there that there's people missing. There's people dying. And there's people getting away with it. And they can't. And they won't. Thank you, Mother Pearl. So people do that and the comments. Now I'm going to say out of 55,000 comments, you guys, maybe 10 a week are bad. Maybe 20. But out of 55,000, that's pretty good. So the high vibing in here, I appreciate every single one of you. And guess what? That 49,000 turning 50,000, that's not a number. You guys aren't just a number. You mean something. You're people. Thank you, Molly. So that's my little moment of, boys and girls, this is what we're going to learn today. No worries, Lori, no. I just want everybody to have lots of high vibes, send out love because the world needs more love. And that's it. That's it. And all of you guys are super awesome, high vibing, positive people. And we have created an amazing community. And that's super important. Not just to me, but to you too. Do you guys have any questions about the cases? Thank you for being anti-bullying. It means more than you'll ever know. Thank you, Snowflake. Yes, the bullying has to stop. It has to stop. And the thing is, for me, the creator has a responsibility. You guys too. But the creator has a responsibility because we set an example, right? What example would that be if I'm promoting to go bully somebody? And then I'm covering cases about people getting bullied and killed. Like, what? So, no. Thank you, Cheryl. Geneva says, I watch your channel because you have accurate information. I appreciate the research you take time to do. You have a heart of gold. Thank you. Yeah, it is important for me to get the information correct. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, right? And, but I want it right. And I still give my point of view, or I still give my opinion, and I make sure now I say, in my opinion. But I do my very best. And these videos that I do are going to get better and better. They're going to get better and better. I mean, I'm learning. I would like to get a new microphone to help so I don't have to have this on all the time and I could just have it on here. But little by little, just like now that ugly wall's gone and my nice wall is here, right? Little by little, I'm learning. And I'm learning in the lives. What people like, what don't they like? You know, what if I did this in my video? What if I do that? So, Alex, I don't know that case, Dior Kuntz Jr. case. There's so many. You know, I was looking, sorry, one sec. Star Lacey says, Linda, in years of watching YouTube, you're the only person I've ever donated to. I do that because you save my sanity with the conflicting information. And every time you make me smile, I'm glad to make you smile. Sometimes I do have the sarcasm come out. Some weird stuff that I say, whatever. Priscilla says, you need a shirt that says, keep it classy. That's coming. Yeah, I try to get a little bit better each time with my videos. It's going to take me some time. And who comes out from the get-go doing 100%, right? We learn these things, and I just strive to get better. I'm open to opinions, and I'm open to suggestions on how to make it better, you know? Oh, are the Cook and Collins case also in Delphi? Funny you should mention that. No, they're not, but there's some similarities. Oh yeah, that Idaho toddler. Was he toddler? Was he 4 or 5, and the mom just left him and she said she hurt her leg or something? That's the one, right? Can you look into the Canadian girl Amanda Todd? Her dad is a very close friend. Yeah, I'm gonna write that down right now. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Linda, how come you don't do a lot of Canadian cases? Well, it's because not a whole lot of Canadian cases happen. Thank you, Jody. Look at the little cute little sticker. Thank you, Kay Cooper. What's new with Lori? Have you seen Chad's blog? I think it has something to do with the fake email he seems to seek women to write books for. I didn't see his blog, but I did do his email on it about the email and how it could be code, or it could just been like something to get Chad to come out and visit Lori so she can make sure it's worth his while. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Adrian Jones. I am writing some of these down. I need more time in the day. I really do. First time catching you live. Oh, awesome. Welcome. Keep up with everything you are doing. To heck with the naysayers. Love you and your info snacks. Watch you before anyone else. Thank you. Wow, Tammy. Because of my dad, I've been into investing in true crime since I was 8. I found a kidnapped baby girl get back home when the police and sheriffs couldn't, and before FBI agent came next day. Wow. Yeah, we don't get all the info in Canadian cases. It's so, Amanda Todd, what year was that? In the Canadian cases, it's so different. Like, in the States, you can see so much stuff about a person, and in Canada, it's a lot different, in my opinion. I've been a subscriber since you first started, back when you were a small channel. So proud of how our It's a Crime family is growing. You're absolutely wonderful, respectful, and put out great content. Thank you so much. I do see you. I remember you. There are tons of missing Indigenous women in Canada. Crime Junkie Pod has done 4 episodes in a row. Oh, awesome. I'm not saying that there isn't cases. I'm just saying it's harder than in the States because there's a lot, if that makes sense. Do we know where the suitcase came from, the one Gannon was found in? I am pretty sure it was from Tisha's, only because she said it, actually. He was found in the suitcase, as we know, and Tisha said in her own story that she gave the intruder a brown suitcase and a cardboard box. I am Canadian, yes. Curious, Georgia. Oh, that's so nice. Not sure why you are all of a sudden being like that, but you can have it back. I don't want it. I do new cases, and I do new material. I just finished saying, if you even watched, which doesn't look like you did, I just finished saying I'm doing a new case this week. So have a good day. Don't even get it. Yeah, Dulce, I feel bad for her too. I don't know what the heck is happening with her. I wish I could find out, you know? Obviously, it's hard too from our point of view because we're not getting the information, and obviously they can't. So Love Russell says, I told all my teacher friends last night on a conference Zoom chat, and I gave everyone your channel info so they can learn and be entertained by you too. Looking forward to getting back. I do live in Canada, yes. And yeah, the cases are all pushed back because of this COVID. So even Megan Fier-Muska, when I was looking that up, that has nothing been updated. Letitia's been pushed to June as well. And Lori's is this Friday though, so that's good. There'll be some new material. Amber Tucaro case in Leduc. There is a suspect in the missing person. Everything's okay. I know where that is. I wish they would just get more information, because we get so much in the American cases and in Canada not. Yeah, my email is itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. I find because we're doing, I figure about 3 cases for me, it gets quite hard to keep up. Welcome aboard, Renee. I'm writing down the cases just so you know. I haven't seen this Tiger King. Have you? I mean, a lot of you guys have. I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to take a look at that. Would you guys just give me a show of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, if you would want me to watch Tiger King and then do something about it? Thank you, Sassy Sandra. I like your name. By the way, is your merch going to include mugs? I'd gladly buy all the mugs. Yes, I am going to be launching this week. It should be this week because I just got a finalized one. And it'll be, it should be this week. It takes a couple days to show up on my channel. And I'll have probably 2 designs and then I'll start bringing out more. If you guys want. I know a lot of you guys have asked, so. Yes, yes, yes. There's, nope. Okay, so there's a lot of like half and half. I would cover an Australian case. Yeah, I'm not stuck on just, you know. Christy May says, okay, she's asking somebody else maybe. I've wondered the same thing a lot. Linda, what do you think T did with the cardboard box? Well, remember in my driveway video? I did the driveway video and I talked about something bouncing in the back. Remember that? Do you remember me saying something about like I was saying, I wonder, it kind of looked like a box, and I was thinking if that was a suitcase. And then I read the affidavit, and the affidavit was talking about the cardboard box, and I thought, oh, I was just talking about maybe it was a box. Why did she bring up the cardboard box, right? Joseph says people need to stop harassing you. Isn't that funny? I did a little soliloquy about being harassed, and yet then the harassment begins. Liner for suitcase. Yes, Chance Engelbert. I've been hearing this quite a bit. I should probably do that. I wonder if I could do maybe like an intro to a couple of new cases and then divide out. So at least I can introduce them and then. Maybe I'll just watch it and then see if I even want to do it. Oh, Kelly, I made you a mod so you can have some control in here. You just click beside the name, and if somebody gets out of hand, you got the power. You got the power. Thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, if you could do that, and I'll take a look. Thanks, Jason. You guys are awesome. You're really awesome. Very appreciate you. Oh, it's hot. All of a sudden I got hot. It's a hot flash. See, my birthday's yesterday and now I'm hot flashing already. Where do you think Letitia disposed of Gannon's bedding? I don't know. She's the type of girl that will spread everything everywhere. You know what I mean? I said this before about how I feel like she'll create a few different crime scenes, and that's looking like what she's doing. Yeah, the trash, yeah, there was the waste management company, right, was on the list. Chad seemed to recruit women to write books about their experience with near death and the spirit realm. Snowflake. People who try to put others down are usually projecting their own insecurities onto others. They never realize their words and actions are only making you look better. Narcissists never learn. Love you. Thank you so much. Yeah, sometimes it says more about them than it does me, doesn't it? Is it Lesia? Is that how you say your name? You're another April baby. Happy birthday. There's so many positive people in here. I mean, like I said, out of 50,000 people, there's maybe 2 bad eggs. 2 bad egg wardos. I think I might use that word from now on. It's like, look, everybody, we got a bad Eduardo in the house. Oh, Lisa, okay. Haley Cummings. Okay, right done. Did the investigators say that they had proof Gannon came home? No, in the affidavit it says, they said that likely he came home. They even said they didn't see a video, but that because of the ADT log, they figure that he likely did. Melly Lynn says, here, let's make them a little madder. You've bought almost 15,000 subs, Linda, so you probably don't need this. Yeah, $20,000 a month isn't cheap. Love you and appreciate all your art. Thank you so much for making me smile. Linda, are you looking for Waldo? Oh, sorry, Eduardo. I do have Kyron Harmon on the list. A lot of people, when I first started covering Gannon, a lot of people were talking about Kyron and how alike this story seemed to be. Never been a trace of Haley Cummings. Cummings. I think cousin Joe hit her. Wow. The district attorney's office needs to put you on their payroll. For Letitia, I'll do it for free. I know, Jason. Eduardo. Like, I was saying this earlier, I don't know if you missed it. You might have missed it. But, like, if you picture Letitia in the police office, right? And they're like, okay, can you spell Eduardo? E-G-G, Eduardo? And Carly Gousset, yeah, I've been seeing Carly too. Man, I gotta figure out a way to make this so that I could cover more people. I haven't heard of Alicia Navarro. Isn't that sad that there's so many names? There's so many people missing. It's so sad. Yes, Nat Man says, have you seen the screenshot of Gannon's? I did that. I did a video and said that would have been that's his face. I did a video and then on it. Check it out on my playlist. I'm going to name my next dog Eduardo. Michael Freeman says, I live in Colorado Springs and El Paso Sheriff's Department EPSO is pronounced phonetically. No need to say each. Oh, EPSO. EPSO? Ah, thank you. You just never know, right? Thank you for clarifying that. Now it's going to be hard for me to say EPSO. I'll learn it. Yeah, Heather Elvis is the one who lived in the same apartment building, I believe, as Letitia. Thank you, Glam Dolly. It's the way my mind works. I just naturally see little isms or patterns or, I don't know, it's just the way I'm built. It's not like I'm doing anything extra in certain ways, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I just see something. The downfall is that sometimes I get frustrated if I talk to my husband about it and he's not seeing what I see, I forget that he doesn't necessarily see it because I was like, why can't you see this? It's just right there. I don't understand. He's like, no, Linda, I don't see it. Was the 955 miles for the Kia false or was it 71 according to the affidavit? I don't know if the 955 miles was real or not. I took the mileage from the budget receipt. I saw the affidavit and it reads two ways. I really want to talk to Scott Reich about it because the way it reads, it could read, because the first sentence talks about the lease on the Tiguan and then refers to the 71 miles, but you can read it either way. You can read it as, but she only put 71 miles on the Tiguan, even though she was worried, but you can also read it as there's 71 on the other way. If that makes sense. So I will find out more information, and as soon as I get clarity on it, I will definitely do a video. Oh, Anissa says that 955 miles was real. Well, that's the thing, right? I really want to find out what the actual story is. The sad things, and I know I've said this before, is the sad thing is that there was no GPS. They couldn't talk about, they said there was no GPS. Now, I don't know if now they have it, but as of February 28th, they said not. Sorry. Some people are like, please don't swallow. Don't swallow when you're drinking. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm covering my microphone. There. I did pretty good. I barely drank this round. And we've been going at it for 2 hours. Yeah, Canada has the population of California. Exactly. We're not going to have that many as the states. I understood that when unlimited mileage, they just put in an amount. You know, I almost feel like going to rent from Priceline and see how that would work. I've done it before on them, but I just don't know. I know I have to swallow when I drink. People are like, please, when you do that, can you just not? Can you just not? I'm like, well, what am I don't know. I've been sick, so... Do you think that maybe they have GPS from the Kia, but they're just not disclosing it? I don't know. Maybe they're going to get the information. But in it, they said there was no GPS. Now, interestingly, they didn't say there was any information on the on Al's vehicle, on the truck. There was not even a mention of it. But that's okay, right? Like, right in the affidavit, in the arrest affidavit, they're just trying to get the meat and potatoes, kind of, so to speak. And then we're going to get more in the discovery. Yes, Adrian, that's a true thing. They do complain. Swallowing and I don't know. I do my best. I noticed on the receipt it showed 71 for mileage charges. I thought it was an error on the affidavit. I didn't see it on the receipt. Did you see a different receipt? Why did T choose Florida in your opinion? Why not something less traveled? Well, she was heading to South Carolina and she's been before in Florida. I think she veered off to go do that. She knew where to go and how to do it. She just went there. She's a distancer. Remember I said this in the beginning. She's a distancer and she'll go the distance, and that's what she did. Hi, Catherine. Who started the fire? Eduardo. I love the egg. Yeah, Laura Lee says, I don't know how you do it, Linda. It's exhausting keeping up with Teabag. She is like 7,000 people in one. There's a Kia and an Altima. Yes, there's 5 cars involved in that week, so to speak. Al's Nissan Frontier, the red truck. The black Tiguan, which is Tisha's main vehicle. The Kia Rio, which she rented on Tuesday morning. The Harley's car, because Harley did some picking her mom up, and the Nissan Altima, which Tisha's aunt rented for her. Exactly, Angela. How can you drive someone around with a dead body? Exactly. It's disgusting. She decides to go halfway across the country or all the way across the country. Tracy wonders if I have a background in law. No, I had an extreme interest. I actually was going to go to law school to become a lawyer. It didn't happen. Life happened. And I've always had the justice part in me and always naturally was interested in justice, law, and kind of always stuck up for the little guy, you know? And yeah, so I was supposed to go do that and I didn't. And I went into health instead, health and fitness. And then I'm back here doing things that are important to me. And here I am. These things are just, they're important subjects. And I see people being bullied. And I see people being, things that are happening that shouldn't. And so if I can give a voice, then I will. I had no idea that this channel would be as successful as it is. I had no idea what to expect. I just thought if I can just use some of my isms that I see for good, then it's worth it, right? Yeah, you would think the new car, they would want GPS in case it was stolen. That's what I was understanding. So I don't know. Yes, I am doing raw honey. Actually, you guys, if you guys are having some weird coughs and some chest pain or whatever, because I've been having this, no fever or nothing, I've been doing a turmeric shot. They're called shots, like a little shot. But I've been doing turmeric with raw honey, garlic, ginger root, and squirted orange juice, and you just down the hatch and it stops coughing. It's for me. I'm wondering what's your background heritage besides Canadian? Oh, well, I am a huge nerd into ancestry, really huge nerd. Like the last couple of years, I've traced 2,500 of my ancestors, and I am part Italian. And so my mom's Italian and my dad is part Italian, but he's Maltese. So I don't know if you know, from a little Mediterranean island called Malta. That is where my dad is from. So I'm Italian and Maltese and a little tiny Middle Eastern. And my dad's like a little bit Swedish, like 2%. It was kind of interesting to find that. That's probably why I talk so much with my hands, you know? Yes, they filmed Popeye in Malta. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend going there. It is the neatest place ever. Oh, what did I call oil of delay? Oil of delay. Yeah, part Italian. Lots of Italian, I guess. Melly Doe says I'm the same mix. Are you Maltese too? Yeah, how can we not get, like, talk with our hands? It's hard. And the social distancing aspect for an Italian. That's not easy either. I bet they have mileage and more info that they are not sharing with us because they want this case secure. Yes, quite possibly. Oh, Melly, that's super cool. Got to chat about that. I'm so glad that you're here, and I remember your first live. Your channel took off so fast. So do I. Turmeric, honey, ginger, drinking it now. I do superfood smoothies. Yeah, me too. I'm super nerdy at health as well. Health and research. Yeah, Ancestry is pretty cool. It's really, really neat. I'm finding out more and more people and more cousins, and I just love it. Wouldn't that be funny if we're related? That'd be funny. Be cool. I wonder about Chad's 5 children and the relationship with dad. What do they think, feel now? Possible murder of mom, what the children think. You know, I read something, they were talking about the daughter, Chad's daughter, and she said that she was worried. I think it was the day that her mom died. The day her mom died, she said she was worried, most feared that her dad would get married again. And 2 weeks later, he got married. Yeah, Latinos cannot kiss and hug. It's been weird. I'm telling you, it's hard. Do you think Gannon was left at the airport in her car and that's why she rented a car? Well, yeah. Well, originally, I thought she used her rental to do that. But then when I saw in the affidavit that, I mean, in one sense, you're like, of course she did because she's so evil, right? But that would depend if he did come home that afternoon or not. How are we for time? Holy man, 138 minutes. You guys make time fly. I enjoy talking to you guys so much. I don't know, was Tammy's autopsy released? I didn't see that. Let's just see. So far, I don't see it. I know, time goes by so fast with you guys. I could talk to you all night. Yes, good night, Kelly. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you. I want to know about the tolls. Did T pass any? So many cameras in the streets. People were saying some things about tolls, but I don't know if she did or not. Oh, you found a video. Okay. Yeah, sure. Email it to me. That'd be great. Please and thank you. I'm going to do maybe a couple more minutes, maybe 5 more minutes, and then I'll hop off. I'll get some good sleep. Margie says, huge fan since January. Welcome to my family. Yeah, welcome aboard. So happy to have you. Yes, please email that to me. That'd be great. Yeah, the YouTube channel Crime Talk, yeah, with Scott, said Letitia slipped out of her handcuffs and attempted to escape assaulting. Yes, there has been news articles on it. I did cover it in my videos. It's true. She slipped out of her, that's the term they said, slipped out of her handcuffs and assaulted an officer on the way from South Carolina to Colorado, and they had to stop in Salina, Kansas. Okay, I'm checking. It's not coming yet. Just might need a minute. E. Rayburn says, surely you will have Info Snacks merch, won't you? Yes, sir. Or ma'am. It's coming. I got a pretty cool design coming. I think it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, we still have 1,000 strong. Oh, I'm just chomping to see this here. The email doesn't want to come through for some reason. Well, maybe another minute it will. Thank you, Jenna. Janae, is it Jenna or Janae? Still waiting on it. Yes, Yenny, we'll see you soon. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm reading it. Lori and Chad Daybell being investigated for murder conspiracy by Idaho. I mentioned that earlier. Chad and Lori Daybell are being investigated for conspiracy, attempted murder, and or murder by the Idaho Attorney General's office, according to report by East Idaho News. A Fremont County prosecutor wrote a letter to the AG's office in early April asking for assistance in the death of Tammy Daybell, Chad's ex-wife. No, I didn't get all three. Okay, so maybe that's why, because I was like, okay, this is from earlier, what I said. Just might take a couple minutes. Please stand by. Thanks, Glam Dolly. I do my best. Eduardo shirts. No autopsy yet on Alex Cox. Nothing yet. Hopefully soon. Still nothing yet. The video's stopping. Oh, it's taking forever to update. Oh, Jess, welcome to my channel. First time catching me. Oh, awesome. Welcome. Yes, Alex Cox, it was said that he was cremated, yes. Something to note, a lot of people were trying to correct me on my last video, but it wasn't, I didn't make a mistake. Adam Cox is the other brother. So there's Alex Cox and there's Adam Cox. But I could see how you guys thought that because, you know, Adam and Alex. Natman, yes, please send me the pic. That's at itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. Egg salad. No funeral yet for Gannon because of what's going on with COVID, so they had to postpone. Okay. Oh yeah, I have this one on the insurance. Thanks, Jessica. Well, Adam was a brother-in-law to Charles, right? And they were married for, Lori was married to Charles for 13 years, I think it was. Yeah, attacking the officer for Letitia's not good. Yeah, they have to postpone the funeral. No autopsy report on Gannon yet, no. Charles is Charles Vallow from the Lori Vallow Daybell case. She is, Charles is husband number 4. Let's see. Just gonna do 2 more minutes and then I gotta go rest. And I'll do more videos tomorrow. Do we know if Letitia had some weird behavior on second Petco trip as well as the first looking out the window? We don't know that. We do know that she went back almost to the T 2 hours later. And the 2-hour window is unaccounted for. And she did make another purchase. I'm gonna give it maybe 2 more minutes, you guys, and then I gotta go. We covered quite a bit tonight, though, didn't we? We covered a bit, and thank you so much for your guys' suggestions on new cases. I'm gonna make a little bubble around that so I can relook at this tomorrow. Jason says, Linda and Mr. Linda, you are the best. This channel and what it's become, just amazing. Leave it to Linda. And, oh yeah, and Mr. Linda. You're funny. Thank you. Yeah, Karina, that's the thing. It's so like not frustrating, confusing, isn't it? Did he come home? Didn't he come home? How did that blood get there? How, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, people forget that prosecutors won't give away their ACE card to the defense in the affidavit. Exactly. There's a lot of holdback. They're keeping best evidence at trial. Exactly. Yep, the live will be up on my channel. It might take a few minutes to process, but it will be up there. And if you guys want to check out my videos, maybe there's a case tonight that you heard that you weren't sure of, just go and look in my playlist. I should have it too underneath the description, but if not yet, then just go onto my channel and I have it all in nice playlists so that you can watch that. And stay tuned because this week there is going to be a new case that I'm covering on here. I'm the #1 fan in New York, all of New York. So you can guys check that. And then there's some new stuff coming this week. Like I mentioned, some merch. And I know this everything with COVID, you know, some people aren't working and some people are, but people have been requesting merch. So, I mean, don't feel like it's anything that you have to do or whatever, but it's on the channel. And if anything, you can look at it and you'll like it, right? It's okay. So I will be doing that. And I'm still looking at the memberships that have been approved. So I will start that and they'll start as low as $2. And then obviously I will add value so that you're getting your money's worth. And so it'll start little by little. And I want to thank all of you guys for your support and being so awesome. It's just really, really, I'm truly grateful for all of you and each and every single one of you. And thank you so much for watching and supporting me and doing what I do. That means a lot and that keeps me going. So thank you guys so much for watching and give it a like if you haven't done so. I'm going to be coming up with more cases, more. And share this out where you can, and then we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much.